Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dylan, and welcome to Dylan the Truth Podcast. If you guys are new to this channel, I'd like for you guys to subscribe to this channel and also hit that like button. Deeply appreciate it. Now, this segment is about Draymond Green. Surprise, surprise. He basically said that he's declining a $27.5 million player option for I believe it's the following season, the 2023-24 season. So that makes him an unrestricted free agent. There was a lot of speculation that Draymond wasn't gonna opt into his contract. A lot of people believe that he was gonna opt out. I'm not surprised by it. There's rumors going out there saying that he wants to join LeBron in LA. I mean, if it happens, that'll be great. But we'll see. I wouldn't put anything past, Draymond, joining LeBron James, and also he's one of the Clutch Sports client. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I mean, there is a correlation there. But Draymond Green has been an integral part of the Golden State Warriors' success. I mean, he's known for his defense. Most of the times he's their playmaker. He basically brings the ball up, basically finds cutters. Steph Curry on the wing, Clay on the wing. They run a lot of motion offense. It's like free flowing. It's very fun to watch. A lot of times he's the playmaker for that offense. Not much so Steph Curry. Steph Curry more kind of runs off screens. He catches the ball. He can dribble, create his own shot. Don't get me wrong, but most of his shots come off of screens. Same with Klay Thompson. So I mean, Draymond did a lot for that team. He does the dirty work. A lot of the things that players don't want to do. They want the I guess the best way to put it is the sexy part of the game, where they're just only scoring. They're doing like the fancy dunks and things of that nature, but they want to get down and dirty. Grab that rebound, box out guys. Dive for the ball. Little intangible things that this doesn't appear on the stats, but if your eye test tells you something, what impact he has on that team. The Warriors should be concerned because if they do lose him to another team, I don't see Golden State Warriors being a title contender without him. Because, again, what he does defensively is more important than what he does offensively. I mean, the beginning of his career, the first few years, he was offensively, he was okay. He didn't hesitate to shoot shots. I believe like the last few seasons, you started to see hesitation of him taking shots. He would be wide open, and guys would just dare him to shoot. But I mean, he wasn't hesitant like how he was in the past few seasons. But he was always their playmaker. He always looks to pass first, get everybody involved, and he'll get his where it comes. So I mean, for him, what he averaged last season, he averaged about 9 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. He is getting up there in age. He's 32 years old, so obviously he's gonna want to join a championship contending team. If he does leave Golden State Warriors, I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to try to do. But I mean, he has some accolades. He's a four-time champion. He was the Defensive Player of the Year in 2017, which, by the way, in that same year, he led that league in steals. So he was a defensive juggernaut. I mean, love him or hate him, you got to respect what he does on the game. He has a big impact in the game. He might not be, the most polished player out there, but what he does, that you need players like that to win a championship. It's not all about just scoring. It's other things that come along with the game. There's nuance to it, right? Rebounding, defense. Those are the two ingredients for you to win championships. No team in the past has won a championship without rebounding and defense. I mean, you could go back as far as you want. I'll wait. Whoever is trying to challenge me on that, go ahead. Feel free. But I'm telling you, there's no way you're going to win without those two components. Absolutely no way. Yes, obviously you got to score, but I'm saying outside of scoring, those are the two most important things to win a championship. I don't know. It's Draymond. I mean, maybe he needs a new scenery. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he looks at it like, Golden State takes him for granted. I could see that because, everybody knows he's not the offensive threat like the Splash Brothers. Even, Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole. Obviously, offensively, he's not there with those guys. But defensively, he's their anchor. And, he basically gets people in the right spots. Even if you're not a great defender on the team like Jordan Poole, you will kind of get him to, stay at a certain position. Maybe to get a steal, play the passing lane or something like that. But his IQ has always been through the roof. I do enjoy his podcast that he has. He knows how to break down the game. He sees the game differently from everybody else. That's where I could relate with him, because I do watch the game completely different from everybody else. Everybody's just looking at the stats and they base it on the stats. But then again, you have to look at the percentage. How many shots did it take for them to get to 40 points? They might have took 25 to 30 shot attempts just to get to that. Where some players will just go maybe 11 for 15 and they will get about the same number. So there's a lot that comes along with the game. There's people that just only go based off of stats, and there's people that actually has that eye test. And I more lean towards the people with the eye test, because they watch the game, they see what's going on, they can break it down, they can find out certain players' tendencies. It's completely different, and instead of you going on your app and checking the stats and being like, okay, that person scores 30 points, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, he went off, but he shot a low percentage. You gotta look at things like that. Maybe from certain spots. You don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's just me, being technical with the game. But that's basically Draymond. Draymond just knows the game. He's a basketball fazant. He knows his basketball. There's no doubt about it. But I'm intrigued to see if he's going to stay with Golden State or he goes elsewhere. Maybe the Lakers. I wouldn't mind if he joins the Lakers, to kind of help on the defensive end. We don't need much scoring from him. If we could get 6 to 10 points from him, we'll be absolutely fine. I'm not even worried about that. Leave the scoring to LeBron and Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves and Achimura. Those guys, leave it to those guys. They could score. But Draymond just bring that defensive presence, your knowledge of the game, your leadership. He's very vocal, so he will get on players when they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So that would be nice if he could join the Lakers, but we'll see how this whole free agency plays out. I don't want to make any assumptions or who's gonna go where. I'm just gonna tune in like everybody else and see where everybody ends up. It's gonna be an interesting free agency. I can tell you that. But I will leave it at that. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to this segment. Until next time, peace.